case study here is Dr. X is a leading medical practitioner in a city. He has set up a charitable trust through which he plans to establish a super-speciality hospital in the city to cater to the medical needs. Now, this actually question, if you read the case study in detail, you know that this case is about an income tax officer, you being that, and there is a doctor who is doing good. Generally he is doing good, but there are certain problems of tax compliance. I felt that this is another case where UPSC is trying to nudge you to a particular issue. If you read the language, there are certain deficiencies in tax compliance. Note the word, which are purely technical in nature. I felt that this was the phrase which closed the case study for me, because they are themselves accepting that they are purely technical in nature, and if these technical faults are pursued, then it will take considerable time, which is not serious. Further, in all probability, it will hamper the prospect of the hospital coming up. Completely, they are just telling you that if you are just going behind that particular issue, then it will hamper the hospital from coming up. Now, there are two options: broader view, ensure substantial tax compliance, and ignore the default. Second, pursue the matter strictly, proceed on all fronts. As the head of the tax agency, which course of action will you opt for and why? Okay. So, what I did in this, I just tried to, first of all, chart out my reference. Who was I? Tax officer. Who was the doctor? What was the situation? And the situation of the impact of the hospital in that particular area. The kind of positive impact it will have on the health of the particular area. Then I noted down the options. Number one, taking the broader view. I wrote the pros and the cons. Pros were that, hospital will be good. The doctor will be able to do things very nicely, and overall public health can be actually improved in that particular city. And it's actually justified. This point again, I already had discussed this. I again use that point here, that rules are just rules. Should not become roadblocks in achieving the purpose. So that is this point I used here. In the second option, I took that option and again developed pros and cons related to it, positives of it, negatives of it. That how positive, it's good that you're following the technicalities, but the negative is that the very purpose of tax compliance, public health, public interest, that is being defeated. And then I said that I would choose the first option, and then I said that I would not just ignore. I won't ignore the defaults. I would say I would give some time to the doctor to pursue that compliance, allow him to come up with the hospital, but also make sure that there are certain junior officials who are looking forward to the compliance of this doctor in further days, so that you are not just completely ignoring the rules. You cannot be doing it every time, but providing him with a little bit of more time so that he can ensure complete compliance.